which, I mean, usually that's to be expected. There's very few drafts to go for early first blood, which have enough kill potential without miskilling themselves. However, I kind of feel like Rise have one of those this game. If they would just put the Puck or the Centaur or one other hero to the mid lane to do the creep block for Huskar, and put the Huskar, like Huskar Lich, just freaking Huskar Lich or Huskar Centaur, they're both able to just completely ruin whoever they encounter in the jungle's life. They could have easily tried to secure first blood that way and like have somebody else do the creep blocking for the Huskar. I wonder why Rice didn't. Maybe Tier is pretty specific about that on his mid lane. I mean, there is people who just say, Drew, you let me do my own block, and especially on a Huskar, that's very important. But I don't know. Huskar +1 is always secure first blood here. Anti-Mage also a hero really good at securing first blood, so I was really hoping for an early brawl. With these drafts, you can expect to see the teams farm for quite a while too. And there is very little kill potential across all the lanes here. However, what there is a lot of is trading. Both teams kind of have a lot of their lanes relying on that regen trading. I mean, Huskar against Templar Assassin, that's already a one lane. For Team Rise here, they completely counted Ocean's Templar. This draft is just looking so good for Rise. If they can just get ahead and stay ahead in the mid lane, get Huskar to that point where he does not have to waste any money on regen. And the other lanes are regen trading too. For Centaur, that's how he wins his lane, that's why he's a lane dominator. Puck is just being a Puck, annoying people, sniping couriers, getting his own courier sniped of the light actually. And Mage seems to be having a good lane against Kunkka. Well, surprisingly good one anyways, considering how playing this Kunkka is being right now. Well, that was just Templar Assassin burning down. She made it back under the tower. Does not have a skill in the melt yet, so couldn't go invis to take out in peace. But once you have that amount of spears on you, 3, 4, you're basically forced to not be in the lane anymore for a whole while. And I think we're gonna see ZC here. Farm a couple of creeps, just try to snowball from a few jungle stacks. Templar Assassin, after all, really good at coming back into the game from a losing or a horrible lane. Back when OD was meta, people used to stomp all over her with OD. She used to go to the jungle, come back with a Blink Dagger Desolator and screw up everyone. However, being forced to hit the jungle too early can really throw you off, can really put your farm behind. And I think that's what the Huskar is trying to accomplish here. Just melt the refractions, keep Templar Assassin out of the lane if you can, and get as much farm as you need. I mean, on a Huskar, if you just free farm a lane, that's already more than enough gold. His items are really inexpensive as a strength hero. He can build an armlet if he really wants a lot of bang for his buck, but doesn't even need to play really money efficient or really considerate with his item choice. You oftentimes see Huskar in the mid to late game pick up stuff like Shivas, like Sheep Stick, whatever the team needs really. Lich is gonna go down here. 2 Skyref mages, insane nuke damage still. I mean, Fame, I like the way he builds his Skyrim Mage too. I'm personally all in favor for maxing Arcane Bolt because it's simply like mana efficient. But I think he's gonna go 1-1 with point in the science at level 4 or 5 and maxing concussive shot, of course, because that's just the best mana to damage ratio you get. It's also a really reliable slow. Not a skill to be underestimated, really. I'm a Skyref fanboy. That hero is so interesting. I just think as Skyref, you know, you're too squishy for this game. Even the puck can kill you as a game point. And if you stay in the backlines, you're gonna be forced to just like stay in concussive shot range. If somebody runs at your team, throw a couple of arcane bolts, throw a silence at people trying to escape or trying to go in. I don't know. I just feel like the fact that Anti-Mage is so good against Skyref Mage with this freaking counter spell, that alone already means he has set up for a very hard game because you can't flare stun the Anti-Mage, you can't any of your insane damage output. The only one who can really damage this Anti-Mage on the side of Ocean is the Templar Assassin. We're gonna just see how Anti-Mage kills off Kunkka apparently. Before he even has all of that insane magic resistance, before he even has all of his delicious tankiness. Right now he's just an edgy carry with 5 points of armor. But I like the build. Ring of Tarask plus Ring of Health. I mean, I've seen Anti-Mages go for that Ring of Tarask starting item, straight up rush it. And I'm a big fan of that too, so... yeah, going for twice the regen. It's gonna save him so many tangos, allows the Anti-Mage to now go for all the damage he needs, go for Power Threats into a Battle Fury. And like I said, alternatively in Maelstrom, this is one of the few games where Anti-Mage could and should cut. Because his job isn't dealing damage, his job is snowballing, he does not need all of those fancy items. Manta style, okay, that's just a sentence, but butterfly and stuff like that, you don't even need to think about that. As long as you're just able to stay in the team fight, able to not die in the team fight. I think going for a defensive build in general, going for the Maelstrom as your farm item instead of a Battle Fury would be acceptable as long as you get like Vanguard or whatever with the Ring of Health then. It's unlikely that Blade's not gonna go Battle Fury here, so considering how his team is 1k ahead already. However, it's not his lane. Looking at the last hits here, that has been pulling so far ahead, and Mage takes a lot of Skyrim Mage. I'm gonna switch over to Network a little bit early, otherwise I end up forgetting it once this game kicks off. Once people are constantly running one another down all across the map. Blade apparently does not play Skyref Mage. Oh boy. Oh boy. This could actually not be as good of a game for Rice as I thought if that wasn't just like a mistake there. And he actually does not know how the Skyref Mage counter timing works. Because it's really easy. You just need to like play hero in practice mode. See when the Linger Sphere procs. That's when you have to cast like the counter spell. And for Skyref Mage, that's the second the projectile spawns. Like right now, that first half a second, you could see it fly. That's where Anti-Mage... well, no, I don't think you can counter that, but with the bolts and all the other stuff, it works like that. Still, the tankiness alone is keeping Anti-Mage alive against this very high kill potential, very hard offlane that would completely run over every other hard carry. Puck just doing some Puck things, but I really want to see those fights break out. It would be amazing to see these teams try and run one another down. If we look at the gold, you can see how hard Templar Assassin has been shut down, considering how she has done nothing but farm stacks ever since she's left her mid lane, ever since she decided that laning against Huskar simply wouldn't be worth it. And I mean, we are going to see a pretty good Desolate, I mean all things considered, on the Templar Assassin. Huskar, however, already preempting that, already saving up for that Heaven's Halberd, which, like I said last game, and the game before that, is an amazing item to have on strength carries, on people who have actual damage outputs, who you actually want to kill other people. I don't like them on off lanes, I don't like that position 3 Heaven's Halberd. Either you go on a support, who's supposed to be like, able to draw the carry's fury to annoy a carry enough for the carry to poke the support instead of your carry that you're protecting. I mean, look at Puck, that's a perfect example. He just jumps on you with an orb, silences you, dream coils you, prevents you from running down the anti-mage here. At least I think that's the game plan for Team Rise. Bounty runes, getting traded, getting brawled for, and XML is gonna hit the floor. Gets creeped down by Kunkka, is still, however, keeping up his job of creating against the anti-mage here. They just want to stop anti-mage from farming, annoying him. Gareth Mage did manage to steal that last hit, and now looks like we get to see Ocean turn over to the mid lane, where Huskar with a double damage rune, some help of the Tower War Runner, has been threatening the help of the tower. There's that Tower War Runner ultimate, now rotating in as well the Lich. Lich does not have ultimate yet though, so I don't think Rise necessarily want to fight this.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Over to the bottom lane where we have the anti-mage. He is now going for his battle period after the power threat. Has all the farming ability he needs. Has all the regen he needs. And I mean, as long as he picks up some defensive items, I mean, even if you're just going for the typical Manta, even if you follow the meta Battle Fury into Manta style, if you get the Manta in good time, keep your life, and to rely on it for his stats, I think you could just pull it off. So, yeah, like I keep saying, just needs to serve as a tank, as a frontliner, as a second centaur. This car has all the damage in the world. If not, you still got a Puck who can pick up a minimal amount of items to really start hitting hard. You just take the right talents for it. Huskar would love to go for the Rose there. I mean, those things speed sure. Taunt. However, Keeper of the Light gets caught there while the tower on the top lane got caught by the Templar Assassin who rotated in. Teleported up the tower there, and Templar Assassin gets destroyed here, but not without destroying the Huskar in the process. Who gets triple remnants down. Scarab Mage gonna go down next. Anti-Mage taking a lot of damage, but with his ton of regen. Okay, nope, he cannot live through that. I mean, maybe with the highest level of counter spell, he would have barely survived there if he had gotten off the stick too. If it wasn't for the carry dying, that would have been such a good fight for Rise. Had Anti-Mage gotten out, had Puck or Centaur been caught instead of the Anti-Mage, that would have been perfect. That would have been exactly what they need. However, like this,
Radiant structures are fortified.
Rise now gave Templar Assassin some of that much needed recovery space, some of that much needed farming time. Ember Spirit saving it for that Spirit Vessel to deal with the Huskar, to deal with the Anti-Mage in the late game as well, once he picked up a bit fly steal, Vampire Fangs from the jungle or something. And the Skyref Mage, he's, I think, gonna go one for Nolly, keep the last event reset for wards or something until he buys his first core item. I hope we get to see Skyref go for Veil in Dragon or something, because look at how important Fame's damage is here, and that was just a Huskar. Templar Assassin can't run down Huskar on her own, especially not with Huskar having a Heaven's Halberd. None of the carries can, but a carry plus Skyref Mage and Templar Assassin can do nothing. Huskar can do nothing, I mean. Templar Assassin can do nothing without the Skyref Mage to back her up. Well, not nothing, just nothing against like Huskar, Centaur as well, as you can see here.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Kunkka picked up a Shadow Blade. running at the anti-mage who knows that Kunkka's coming, so he revealed Shadowblade under ward, I think? I don't know, there aren't any radiant wards left, but a lot of these are freshly dewarded.
Radiant are scanning.
And the smoke tells Team Rise exactly where their opponents are. Ocean failed to find any much needed kills here.
Dire are scanning.
Skyrim Mage just doing some chicken noises. Well, we're once again at that stage of the game where we watch everyone farm, everyone just wait for the next set of core items. For the anti-mage, his first set of core items as it is almost done. What I really the Evan's Halberd timing, I kind of feel like Huskar should have gone armlet into Evan's Halberd as well. I don't mean to blame the players. It's very easy to say stuff like this from the caster seat where I see everyone's loadout, everyone's information. You can't constantly look at the items and remember them all while playing Dota, of course. But I feel like the armlet into Halberd into then the BKB could really help him survive against this, where he just gets stun locked up and gone on. If he survives the stun and gets to turn around in those team fights, the 2 disarms, he's actually really good at surviving, at getting to walk away from those kind of plays. As for the well, ETL just saving up for zigzag, not really doing anything. The team party is up. Down goes a War Runner, but you know, Puck's also one of those heroes. As long as you hit the Dream Coil on 2 or 3 every time you throw it, and you throw it every time it's off cooldown as soon as you can, then you have enough impact for a support. You're actually a very high impact support. And look at that, the triple melt stack on Roche, minus 20 armor, knows the Desolator done, minus 26 armor, okay. We go back to just minus 8 armor, but with that, it's still gonna be a very quick Roche kill.
Radiant's top tower.
I don't even think Team Rise realized what's happening. I think they were afraid of Ocean being somewhere over here.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
Team Ocean, now that they got a bit of a lead going for themselves, they got the Raid Boss Templar Assassin with an Aegis, plus Skyrim Mage who can do a lot of damage from the backline, plus of course Ember Spirit with the Spirit Vessel ready to deal with the Huskar. They want to fight and they're gonna show it. They're just gonna push the bot tower, revealing that Desolate, saying, hey, here we are, come and take us. We take your base.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They just chopping up Kunkka,
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
bringing him down with ease.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
That was BTL just instantaneously dying to a Searing Chain plus triple remnant. Ember Spirit gets all of his cooldowns reset as well for that one. Can just do that again on the next person he finds, except for with one remnant of 3. I mean, the thing is, Anti-Mage's farming. Team Ocean, they need to be the aggressors. They need to stop this carry from farming. Anti-Mage, he's wasting a lot of time that his team should be like to be winning fights already. But Puck at least got a Blink Dagger saving up for that Aghanim Scepter next. Huskar, he almost got a BKB finished as well. So great when you proc it at low health. Get yourself magic immune to restore your health pool pretty much.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
But tier 2 to get destroyed by the Templar Assassin.
Is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
As for the runes, you're gonna have one picked up by the Lich, one picked up by the Ember, and the two are gonna clash, which means no more Lich. And
Radiant's bottom tower is
down
under
he goes.
attack.
Guilty.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower.
Team Ocean, they have managed to get a 1k gold lead. This is still their time to shine. I mean, Templar Assassin is gonna be a raid boss for another 10 to 15 minutes, which she can just go up to the enemy team and 1v5. After that, there comes the point where Anti-Mage with Skull Basher is enough to effectively shut it down, but that's what it takes. That's gonna take still. As for the Ember Spirit, he's opting for a BKB just to don't be allowed to split push and have a chance of getting away from anything out of there. AM is a freaking pushing machine though, and with both bot and top tier 2 tower gone, I think if he would just switch side lanes while his team goes 4-man smoking and hunting for people, that would also work out really well. It seems like Team Ocean are gonna be the team that's provoking the smoke here. Rise, realize what's happening, all get out of there. BTL just taking a chance to skipping the creep wave. Late, now putting out the top lane, now starting to play some proper red Dota. Going to have the understar completed soon, which is when we need to have ourselves a game for a change. The Anti-Mage is actually going to be a relevant hero. Itch, locked down, killed off. Third vessel just for good measure. I think there was a miss from TZY. I think he wanted to press the torrent first and then the axe, but Puck gonna be caught regardless, killed regardless. By that Kunkka no less. Maybe he just waited for his team to get the assist gold there. Want it to look like a miss.
Radiant are scanning.
That would be some next level stuff. So, either way, the fact that Puck got caught there means that Rise don't really have enough heroes to frontline without the Anti-Mage anymore. The only way they can fight is to have the Anti-Mage jump on somebody while the Lich is protecting Anti-Mage, since he's not quite able to carry without support babysitting it. Mid tier 2 tower gets melted by the Templar Assassin, though, who has no trouble shoving down whichever lane she pleases. TA saving up for an MKB as well. Once more damage scaling. That extra damage is so nice. The ability to go through mid-chance and preempt the butterfly from the Anti-Mage, as well as deal with the Heaven's Halberd, which admittedly isn't that big of a deal. I mean, yeah, the mischance gives you 25%, is pretty huge, especially on a strength hero who has pretty big health pool to work with. But for a Templar Assassin, if you get the melt ashes, then the melt is gonna go through them anyhow. And generally huge damage rather than continued right kick outputs. TMO, however, is just gonna clear off the Ember Spirit by setting him on fire, ironically. That's how you really play a Huskar. On goes the Kuka, not quite. Oh, that is a huge Scarab ultimate. Going through the better part of itself. Kuka now got chopped down as well. Took a lot of hits. Over on that side of the fight, the anti-mage was just chasing away the Skyrim mage while the real anti-mage got himself out of there. Not quite the clean fight that Rise needed. Ocean continuing to pull ahead. Are now in a pretty comfortable, a pretty good spot. This TA, I like the Desolator Blink Dagger MK combo. It's so fun. It's really all you need to tear people apart. You could go for a flexing Desolator. Desolator is still the more popular item if you don't have to deal with mid-champs anyhow. I mean, then you can go for a Skadi or whatever you want to replace your boots with. Try it to keep yourself alive, but Imclaw, which is 130% damage, so it's just 30% extra damage on the crit that she already crits like 400 to 600. So just imagine what that will do. Those crits will be more than a K. Lich getting crit for more than 600 damage there as well. Double damage rune on the Templar Assassin. Maybe now done, so she does have a lot more damage output for the next team fight. While Ember tries to secure the tower deny.
Dire's top tower has been denied.
Gonna secure the tower deny. Ocean will get themselves an amazingly quick road, and with that, and go look for the next fight and go look for the next big brawl to break out. Whereas Puck is getting towards that item scepter. Decent item progression there, I gotta say. Anti-Mage has got Skull better now, so at least if he finds one isolated target that isn't gonna getting done by the rest of the team, he can try and have some impact in those fights. He can't really defend against him split pushing that well anymore, because if you show, he's just gonna back you out. He has the Mind Breaker as well, the extra magic that we've added to attacks is huge with the Mantle style. So Anti-Mage is the hero now. Team Rise, they just need to find a chance to use him. They need to find a chance to actually have Anti-Mage carry something. This is some top red Dota. Anti-Mage actually found the Ember Spirit, forced him to proc BKB, and while Ember Spirit gets chased down, Warrunner gets found by the Templar Assassin. That needed to say that was 2 hits until he was down, maybe 3, because TA just hits that hard. Huskar with just making her life as difficult as he can, proccing the BKB, but Templar Assassin will just proc hers and chase her away. Huskar gotten out of there, while Skyra's courier got sniped in the backline by the anti-mage, just making sure that the tower still gets effective protection back. And the Spirit jumping forward gets by the Huskar, gets out of there. Away from Huskar's reach, Templar Assassin to the front line, does that Aegis and decides to jump forward, almost killing off Huskar until he disarms her once again with that Heaven's Halberd, and now he has to run for her life, does that Aegis, but you really don't want to lose it like this when you don't know where the anti-mage is. BTL gonna go down, Huskar jumps forward onto the Templar Assassin, Templar Assassin gets DSR. It's gonna die first to the Huskar. Anti-Mage comes on in, looks to run down the Kuga with the Skull Basher. Takes a shit to the face. Templar Assassin respawns, gets bashed up by the Anti-Mage, and it's gonna go down with a lot of burning spears. Kunkka now next, set on fire, a ton by the Huskar. Goes in with trying to save, and so Ember Spirit will instead take a ton of burning spears to the face. At least now that BKB is up, there's the stun, the burning spear, then down he goes. Skyrim Mage got caught as well, and apparently managed to trade himself away for an anti-mage. That's huge. Anti-mage went down. It was still a very successful fight for Team Rise. They get everything they need. However, it's the one thing that they didn't want to happen there. So it's still a very close game. The Templar Assassin still got another 5 minutes or so to over Team Rise before she's really gonna get shut down every single fight reliably. Huskar is saving up for that assault curse to make PA hit less. Puck also gonna have a lot more catch with that dream.
For the dead. Double damage.
So, not really a lot going on here once again. This is what true China Dota feels like, or Southeast Asian Dota for that matter, because China is just the most influential server in that scene. Both teams, if they move like they're playing StarCraft as an army. Gonna see another smoke gank in on me here. It's gonna be fine. They bring it out. I think they can. Yeah. Looks like Team Rise, they just figure out from where the smoke gang is coming out, running for their lives here, are going to get away. And well, Team Rise avoided the smoke gang. That was a lot of space for the end mage to farm, to go for the butterfly still. What? No! What the hell, Blade? He's been playing this so well, building this so well, and now he's gonna go for a butterfly when your only issue, the only target you really need to reliably be able to kill is an MKP Templar Assassin.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Not that I don't agree with Butterfly, even if you have to kill the Templar Assassin, but then don't go immediately after the Skull Basher. Get a satanic, get something to keep you alive. Ember Spirit's gotta be the first target of the fight. Now the Skyrim Mage gets targeted. And with the Willow is really getting focused by Huskar with the BKB. Templar Assassin meanwhile focused down the Kunkka and killed him off, but now Templar Assassin got answered by the Huskar, who would love to turn onto the Ember Spirit, who has a BKB for the longest while though, and down goes Huskar. Lich running for his life as the ultimate finally bounces out. Rise starting to feel the hard way that it's getting a bit too late to play 4 versus 5 Dota. However, the fact that they got the Templar Assassin and she has no buyback is still proof for Team Ocean, because they only relied on that one hero, whereas in Rise every hero brings a bit of impact to the team fight. Ember Spirit starting to get really tanky. That BKB paying off against Huskar. Now he's going for the Radiant, getting that extra mischance going, getting a little bit of damage going while he's just trying to keep himself alive. Guys, Fear group up with the anti-mage as soon as he has his butterfly. Honestly, this... Oh, that's just the Dead Keeper of the Light. Getting anti-mage there. with that Team Rise. They could now go for an aggressive smoke gank with 4 people while the anti-mage pushes out behind them, preferably the bot lane where he's already going to, so any kind of smoke in this direction be the way to go. They do have a smoke and they are all grouped up, so it looks like Rise, they may very well have the same idea. Anti-mage getting more and more BPM. I think by this point he should start keeping his buyback ready, as he is saving up for that Skadi. Be his last item.
Radiant are scanning.
Gold for my chest.
'Tis mine.
Never refuse gold given.
Roche is gonna be up in 2.5 minutes. So then we can see probably the final fight of the game. If well, then there's no other big team fight happening at least. Because during that Roche fight, I can guarantee you everyone will be willing to use their buyback. Both teams are so fat that buildings just aren't an issue anymore. They freaking melt. Templar Assassin, she can just walk under 2 tier 4 towers right now and still just kill them without pressing reflection even before they kill her. Anti-mage with his Illu army and how much agility he has, he can just cause towers to melt, kind of like that Morphling full agility machine gun, except in melee and even faster attack speed. And that latter part's what makes him such a ridiculous building hitter. Of course, there are better ones. Anything with armor reduction, an example.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So, going for a smoke. And they will find the Huskar. Huskar trying to save himself. Lich helping him out. The turnaround recoil. Templar Assassin stunning herself for the duration of her BKB. That is a risky move, but now Huskar gonna jump on her. So will the anti-mage. Templar Assassin is dead. 90 seconds no TA means that Rise still up the Keeper of the Light. But next. And I think they may have just won the game on the side of Rise. I mean, Ocean, they still have space to try and go for a comeback, to try and go for a turnaround. Okay, immediately force the buyback as anti-mage, even so much as approach tie ground. And this anti-mage, he's still farming, he still wants a Skadi, he still wants to potentially replace Fury with something, eat a Moonshard for sure. And Huskar still has a lot of core items to go for. I mean, he's gonna go to Technic, then into another item. Then he could consider replacing the BKB that he's now used up once he has the Technic and some status resistance from it. Because even for Skyrim Mage in the late to ultra late game, you do not need on a Huskar at least BKB for him. And I think if you have a Satanic, then for your last item, whatever in terms of damage that you want, then you could just swap BKB with the Heart of Tarask. I see a couple other players doing that as well, and it will be more effective because Heart of Tarask boosts your Berserker's Blood, and that will help you compensate for more magic damage than a 5-second BKB will still save you from.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Mage once again walking on the high ground, just pushing in the tier 3s. Now that all tier 3s are exposed, so I think what Rise really want is a team fight. They want to be hitting heroes, not buildings. Then be able to confidently go for Mega 3D with an animation that's this bad. As for the Centaur War Runner, he got a Crimson Guard, Blink Dagger, Loadstorm, and I'm kind of surprised he didn't go for a pipe yet. But if it works, it works, and it's not like any extra magic immunity health or whatever matters to a Lit or a Puck. Carrying the Refresher Shard, so we double Aghanim Dream Coil.
Not so safe.
Kind of surprised Centaur didn't go for the Aghanims. I mean, it's such a, yeah, still such a sick buff. Just nearly half the damage that all of your team takes for 4 seconds. And with a Puck, with an anti-mage, both of those heroes, if they're caught, it's gonna last 3 or 4 seconds at max till either they're dead or the enemy have stuns. You can't chase them people longer than for 3 or 4 seconds, but usually you don't need to either, since they're both relatively squishy. Team Ocean locked in their base. There is nothing they can do against the Huskar that's backed up by an anti-mage. Anti-mage got everything he needs. He's got a freaking Skadi. Wait. He has the option to shoot. Oh, empty spirit though. In going out of there again. Was a Centaur eating the cheese, not being half still. Just a small snack of a real cheese, you know? And in comes Puck with a wonderful 2-man 3. BKB instantaneously got activated as Huskar got in there and made kills off the Skyrim, does not have a BKB. Now goes for the Keeper that makes him explode to harm his teammate. And Anti-Mage still diving deeper, looking for the Templar Assassin. Is gonna find her well in the front line. Tunka now, man fighting with the Huskar. Huskar, however, has those burning spears. Down goes XNL on the Lich. Rise back despite not having an ultimate ready, but Rise, they want to finish this game here and now. Well, they can. Do have to back off in the end, so Anti-Mage. This is why I'm such a big fan of the Hard Thrust on Anti-Mage as well. Like, you really just want either hero to have it here. So you have one core that can do the dark thing where they retreat for a while, run into the front lines again, taking a lot of damage, retreat for a while since. Oh, and the Eagles just got reclaimed, and exactly at that moment, Ocean made their move. However, they can only catch a Centaur, War Runner, or a Huskar. Both of those are the things that you really don't want to focus. Huskar almost going down, goes on the Satanic, still gonna die. Despite a very nice placed Dream Coil. The Lich ultimate comes in bouncing, getting 2 kills there with a little help from the Anti-Mage. Down goes the Skyrim Mage, making that a double for the Anti-Mage. Lich goes down as Ember Spirit with BKB is too much to handle. Now, however, he doesn't have BKB anymore. That Ember Spirit is just that. Oop. Down he goes, and that was the opening Rise was looking for. still more than a minute without temper. There's an Ember Spirit who does an excellent job this game with his agonist, so kind of failed to continue snowballing. He's dead for more than 100 seconds. Even if you buy back, that's too long, because then when you're dead again after, okay, he gets called, they realize that enemies can take the ancient without any hesitation here. And yeah, good game indeed. 45 minutes of Dota. I like it when games are long and this exciting. This felt like 20-25 minutes to me because the teams were fighting all the time. And we got more of that coming since it's only the first game in the best of 2 series, so more Dota coming away, and after that we still have 2 more to...
FY. He's found himself No Tail out on his own.
He's trapped him.
There's No Tail. Is he going to get any sort of backup? No, he's not. There's 3 still dead on OG. It'll be a slow and painful death here for No Tail as Zame comes in for the kill secure.
And I love the way that Chalice popped his BKB super early in that fight. He just knows, I just need to get my ulti off, and he cast it at a very safe range. He didn't wait for the last second of his BKB. He's not very greedy. I think that's a lot of the reason why they've been winning these team fights. Seb has been struggling, still about 1,000 gold away from his BKB.
Yeah, this Brewmaster is a display of perfection, really. It's the highest level in the game with his Bloodseekers.
And doing a ton of damage. One of the most damage in the game as an offlaner.
Now has full Shiva, so even more ways. He's pretty much itemized entirely just to be like, Ana, I'm ruining your game. I've got Radiance, I've got Shivas. You're going to struggle so much in these fights as Phantom Lancer.
Eric's did his best to keep Ana alive, and but Ana wasn't able to do damage because he was ruptured. He wasn't that low on HP, but still can't run around.
Seb.
Oh, I'm his ninjas here.
Got to be careful who shows up top. Indeed, Jerax. He's going out on his own. He doesn't expect Zame to have this invis route. And Zame will show himself. Jerax goes across, but Somnus is there.
Somnus is not messing around rupturing.
No mercy. They're feeling very confident now at this point, getting these very advantageous team fights as well as getting kills on the split push too. Thompson though, we'll find X-Nova.
Seb, and as well. Between the two of them, they'll take down the support edge. FY's going to come in though. He hasn't got anyone else with him at the moment. It is just FY, so just playing around with Seb.
He has no help around at all, and he's still just making Seb's life miserable.
He's toying with him. He's just making him not be able to come back. Look, they're already starting to rotate this Brewmaster and Bloodseeker too, and FY, he's ready to look for Seb.
Seb's got to get out.
Oh, Seb.
As indeed, FY, the patience, keeping that control on Seb, buying time for Chalice to come in. Ana is going to look towards the Tusk. Chalice is now there, does have Primal Split available if he wants to look to take this fight. Somnus coming in as well. As Ana, Seb look to hide in the trees. Can they get out of it? Ana's got a TP available. He's into the trees. He's going to show himself in the lane though. They're going to continue to head over. They are going to see Seb make it out in time. They don't have a stun. Ana, can he get out as well? He can. OG will avoid that rotation from PSG LGD.
FY is just so obnoxious there, following Seb for over a minute, just stalking him, trying to have his team come over.
So that's about a minute without Aegis being used for LGD. They have 2 minutes left, I would say, to capitalize on this Aegis.
An anti-mage?
Oh, man.
Now you just pick something like a Huskar. But I think that one is definitely gonna get banned here, right? There's no way. Okay. Right, don't just get to pick a Huskar here, do they? I mean, it's already a lot worse against the Queen of Pain, who counters him with a lot of pure damage, but still, I would just go with the Husk. I would say screw it. It worked so well last game, it's such a reliable combo, and this time around you have so much better backup for the anti-mage as well. You have an Ember Spirit to deal with the Oracle by building Spirit Vessel, and yeah. What's not to love about this Huskar pick here, this hypothetical Huskar pick? I mean, are there any counter picks left in the draft that could really mess him up?
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I guess the Troll Warlord would counter a Huskar here.
5 seconds remaining.
I think that's just not a matchup you want, even if Huskar once again gets excellent Heaven's timing.
Radiant team pick.
Gonna be... That's not a Huskar, though it is a very similar hero in the regards of how he works, and I like it, I really do. I actually think this is better than the Huskar because now you're not so worried about the Queen of Pain nuke anymore, about the Echo Slam anymore. You're just as frontliney, you're just as strength-based, health-based of a hero. And you can just as well carry a game with a Tidehunter. Nowadays you can just go a little bit of right-click damage, turning it into a lot of right-click damage, like a Mars in that regard. That's an upset, and I'm fairly certain Open are gonna use up a lot of their reserve time figuring out what to do about this Tidehunter pick here.
You may now select your heroes.
Okay, well, that's a pretty old school matchup. We got Urza versus Tidehunter. The counter pick that's always been the counter pick. Huge amount of damage as well. And with his, I mean, then Urza can even have a decent chance at man fighting the anti-mage. Anti-mage can't go butterfly reliably. Yeah, the extra armor you get from it is still good against Urza, but mischance doesn't do anything. If I recall correctly, the attacks don't cost charges on the Urza attack speed, so you can just whack away until you hit. With a Skull Basher, bashes go through mischance as well, so the mischance just means Urza gets to attack faster for longer, because he really only wants to hit you with the bashes. Doesn't really care about anything else. He'll get there damage-wise eventually. However, once the Urza starts to fall off, Rise Esports has the better late game. They we just need to play the long game. As long as Rise are able to stall, are able to defend the high ground, are able to defend their tier 2 towers well enough, which a Tidehunter is a great enabler for. With the Ravages, this should be Rise's aim.
Prepare for battle.
So we're just loaded in here. Got the aggressive bot movement with a Lich and a Tidehunter. There's definitely huge first blood potential. Urza will be found, will be double slowed up, and take a couple of right clicks. The Lich not effectively right clicking the Urza there. Look at that, they could have been doing a lot more damage. Regardless though of Rise, take full control of the bottom lane, already show how scary that Tidehunter is gonna be in conjunction with any one other hero behind him.
The battle begins.
Dragon Knight should have this rune for sure. I mean, he could have scaled Dragon Tail if he really wanted to guarantee it. Queen of Pain is mid lane, Dragon Knight is gonna lane against the anti-mage, so he definitely just wants to go Dragon Blood, Dragon Tail. And screw Breathe Fire for until level 3. At level 3 you will really want that to mess up anti-mage's last hit. But at first, the ability to save yourself if you get jumped, the ability to save all of your mana pool by just throwing out stun instead, seems really valuable. Urza doing its best to farm up and already doing a pretty good job at that. The only one who's farming harder right now is the Ember Spirit. And Ember Spirit, he's decent against the Queen of Pain, but gradually will become worse and worse against her until that point where he outscales her. But by then she will have Shivas and not really care about their fists either. Yeah, this farming Ember Spirit at some point or another, all that extra farm is gonna just translate into the extra regen he's buying against the Queen of Pain.
Denied.
I like what Anti-Mage is doing here with the creep wave. pulling it under the tower, making sure that he still gets all of those delicious last hits. Well, so much for that. I guess it just stinks that one for him. He's trying the Dragon Knight as much of a pain as he can. However, this bot lane Urza against the Tidehunter is going to be a problem. I mean, that's generally a very strong hero, and if Ocean managed to get Urza to the top of the network for a while, and he stays there for just 8 to 10 minutes, gets a Roach kill, gets a Blink Dagger, blinks on somebody who he tears apart, or gets an Abyssal Blade and Abyssal somebody who he then tears apart. That's amazing. Also, another amazing thing is this Fissure block. Deeply on point from the Earthshaker. Ammo is ticking out. The bottle in the nick of time. Heal himself up. That's what I meant with Ocean getting the better and better mid matchup as the game goes on. So, Queen of Pain, she just always gets to extinguish the Flame Guard for stall damage. She has a lot of pure damage that goes through it, so even if it's off cooldown, it's not a guaranteed surefire way the Ember Spirit lives. Tidehunter is farming well himself, however. So while Urza may be having the best lane of his life, so is the Tidehunter, and that slower load is gonna kite Urza around until he gets a BKB, let alone the Tidehunter can essentially pick up the impact he can have. Very nice dodge of that Fissure from the Ember Spirit, and with that, Ember Spirit is just gonna sacrifice itself to the Queen of Pain in exchange for a kill on the Earthshaker. And I mean, BTL, he's gotta be pretty thankful for that assist gold, for him now being able to leech experience until Ember Spirit comes back into the lane. As Rubik, with enough experience, with enough points, and that Fate Bolt to really become a big early game threat, can really mess up your last hits as well. By casting a single tap Fate Bolt. I don't know, it's huge, and Ember dying, that they make the most of it. It wasn't first blood gold either, since it was like shared bounty. Which means effectively that kill just did nothing for either team's favor other than shift the gold balance a little bit away from the Ember Spirit, which may not be that great for him, but buying time for the team with an anti-mage always seems to be the way to play. Big, getting dumped, getting killed off. Just a couple of right clicks from the Queen of Pain to the job, and Haste was here for a while. Enough Pain, could be looking for more, just wants the runes though. Gonna get one of the bottom ones. I wonder who's gonna be the first to get around to taking the top runes. Looks like Rice will be, with 2 supports rotating into the middle lane. Why? Trying to lock down the Tidehunter, and even if you do succeed at locking him down, that Kraken Shell, it's just gonna purge it off of him. It's gonna keep him alive. He went for that single value point there so far. And the damage block is also insanely valuable in the current meta. I think people underestimate how tanky Tidehunter is. It is kinda hard to impact with him. It's kinda hard to actually become a core who deals damage and stuff with him, which is why he's not that popular anymore. But in terms of taking damage, he can tank Urza for longer than most heroes. He gets up to insane amounts of armor on his own, pretty much. Not an insane health pool. With a Lich to back him off, even Urza jumping him is gonna be enough to prevent him from standing around eating a tree farm. Anti-mage continuing to get his GPM going as well. There's a lane. Dragon Knight would just be dead to plus a few, right? Go, boom. Oh, okay. He waited till the Soul Ring War if you just, you know, use the Soul Ring, then you can really screw with the Dragon Knight. And how much damage would that have been? Let's do some math here. Certain it would have been enough. Yeah, 0.8 damage for each missing. And he had like 460 mana pool or whatever. So... oh, Dragon Knight meanwhile fighting against the enemies at top lane as Urza is gone on. Fuzzy is gonna live, and so will the Dragon Knight. Blade has to get himself out of there. The Ring of Health alone not gonna be enough to regen him up with a tango. Still pretty comfy life regen, allowing him to stay in the lane. And there's the mana void. Too little too late, but you saw the amazing damage that did. Straight up obliterating what was left of that creep wave.
Dire structures are fortified.
Lich getting killed off by the Oracle before they can be denied. Another nice kill for Ocean, who are pulling ahead kill-wise. They need to start shutting down the anti-mage really. That's the one thing they've kind of been getting about, because Blade, he's farming fast, he's farming hard. They're only gonna start farming harder as the game continues. And Tidehunter just farming as well. Tidehunter, I think he is gonna go for the answer smash build here, maxing that. Doesn't have to be because of that. You just want the damage reduction as well to kind of mess up your opponent's last. It's kind of be a lane dominator. Going for the Dragon Knight again, this time around without an ultimate available. Okay, so much for that. Just comes off cooldown. I think that's why he went for the kill, and I think that's good move in hindsight. I mean, well played. Really good job from Team Rise. They did have to rotate heroes just to make sure the anti-mage survives that engagement. Just using the fissure against the, forcing her to ult, but still gets ulted, so at the end Queen of Pain has the last laugh. Or does she? Since I'm pretty sure Blade's anti-mage farming really well, finally starting to become a hero. Also laughing right now.
Wish fulfilled. Gold and sweet.
Worthy tribute.
Hey, I'm just trying to maximize his GPM under the circumstances. He is really easy to jump. As now Team Ocean are 2k ahead. I'm gonna switch over to net worth. And as you can see, the Queen of Pain is exactly the Queen of Pain is expected to be right now, where she wants to be right now as well, net worth wise. And the Urza right behind her, with the anti-mage only now starting to become a relevant hero network-wise, like I said. Of course, anti-mage's farming speed is gonna go up and up. But that's said about Urza too, who is already pretty fat, pretty beefy. I just doesn't get to be a hero for a while, other than the Ravage, but I think he's just picked up here for the Ravage. We get to see that committed for 2 or 3 heroes successfully. It's gonna be amazing. At least for people who are rooting for Team Rise here. I just like my team fights chaotic, give me all the kills in the world. They don't need to press Ravage for a single Earthshaker here though. He just gets slammed in the face. Okay, Tidehunter opting for that type of insight here, at the very least the Hood of Divines, which he's definitely got to turn into a pipe sooner rather than later. It's Queen of Pain, plus a Dragon Knight. Ember Spirit already feeling the damage, because of which that pipe would be useful. 3k gold lead for the side of Ocean as they continue to open up the map, continue to open the towers. Exactly what they need to be doing here. Earthshake, as soon as that first Echo Slam of the game, just needs a tiny bit more experience. Then he can roam together with Dragon Knight when Dragon Knight has his ultimate. He right now has a double damage rune, which also really isn't bad for pressuring a lane, for farming it up. And Urza gets gone on by the steering chains, perched up by his ultimate. The Lich Shield, too much slow for Fuzzy was to handle. In comes the Oracle for a well-timed save. Peanut Pay turning it around with her ultimate. It's just got to kill off the Lich, and there's the 3-man Ravage. Urza almost going down, but Oracle did do a good job eating him up. Queen of Pain now chasing for more, showing that the Ravage wasn't enough. Really wants that Rubik. Has put herself in a bit of a tight spot with very little mana. Gets found by the Tide Hunter, but managed to get out of there. Here comes the Ember Spirit. Now that everyone has their ultimates on cooldown. Oracle finally forced to the front lines by Team Rise, who's just been trying to go for that healer the entire fight. Except for first, where they didn't know the Oracle was committed fully, and then when they saw Oracle was standing forward between the trees healing everyone, they just backed out, which was a really wise move and a nice fight from Team Rise, but simply wasn't enough, especially since Dragon Knight has been hitting that bottom tier 1 tower ever since he's fully animated out of the lane here. AM. He needs 6 more minutes worth of farm at max. When the 20-minute move spawn, he's a hero. He is gonna be able to start tearing people apart, even if it's just a Battle Fury, but plus a Yasha. If you have that at 20 minutes, you're doing your job well as a carry, and right now he is underway to really nice Battle Fury timing with only 1k gold to go for that Mithril Hammer. Team Ocean, they're pressuring as much as they can, take the last tier 1 tower off the map. If they can push down the tier 2 towers similarly quickly, then Team Rise may actually have a problem. May actually fall so far behind that Anti-Mage just snap his fingers to outscale everyone and finish the game that way. Spirit almost getting jumped. Well, he wanted to cure Rune and it's gonna be fine. Well, now 4-man gang squad, 3-man gang squad as Anti-Mage is pushing top actually. Baited going in that direction, getting more kills, but took the top room by the way. Okay, it looks like Urza did.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Anti-Mage just needing more time to farm is exactly what Team Rise are abusing, so it's really hard to stall against an Earth against the Queen of Pain. You can't play around with ultimate timing, and so far every time they try to catch the Queen of Pain without her ultimate, they just get outmaneuvered, or there's a counter smoke. There's now gonna be smoke that the Queen of Pain ultimate is available. Since you simply have all of that damage, why not put it in the face of a hero?
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning.
Titan Hunter getting in position for the Ravage. But defiances himself up, the Lich ultimate not really doing a lot there. And the Ravage hasn't been thrown out yet either. Dragon Knight at half health, got healed up by the Oracle, who's
Radiant's
still
bottom tower
at near
is
full
under attack.
mana. He has a lot of intelligence gain as a very mana-dependent hero. If you have that 700 full as it is right now, later on it's gonna be something. On the one hand, you're a huge mana bomb for the end mage. On the other hand, as long as you do have mana, you can save yourself, you can save others. And people asking about the TNC game, that's gonna come up after this one. The games are played to completion, so they can be on stream, meaning TNC starts as soon as this series is done. Then we got 2 games with TNC.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
This entire tournament is just to bring you guys as much Dota as possible in 3 different languages all across the internet. And you know, I really like getting to work those long days. Really nice to have a lot of the strategical Dota, because if the Dota is already slow and you just cast like 3, 4, 5 hours, very tiresome. But if it's 10 hours and you have to actually conserve your energy a little bit, you have to actually, you know, concentrate on all the going on, as these 2 teams are now trying to rise to an advantage from which they can do something. Dragon Knight immediately triggering that form to farm. He just wants to maximize his GPM. Rise realize Anti-Mage's farm is getting quicker and quicker. He is already 3rd in net worth. With that Battle Fury already available and the farming Yasha coming out next, they will multiply his net worth quickly. As for the Tidehunter, the curious pick, the odd out in the bunch, he's gonna have a swipe soon, but seems like he wants to go Blink Dagger first, which is a really fair move. I mean, being able to go for that Blink Ravage would have made that last fight so much better. It will force Team Ocean to permanently position themselves far more carefully, which disallows for those amazing Queen of Pain ultimates, because right now that's DC or whatever you pronounce that. Queen of Pain, everyone knows what the name is pronounced, you can tell, but Queen of Pain really just gets to blink into melee range so she can hit 3 or 4 people with that Sonic Wave, really go for a big kill. We see a smoke from the side of Rise, who are to look for some action at the bottom lane. Dragon Knight doesn't even get to go to the rune before Ember snatches it away. Not that Dragon Knight is just gonna die. Turns out, okay, they decide to not chase into the Earthshaker there. We're not gonna see a brawl breakout. These Asian teams, they're playing really carefully. You can see there's a lot more respect towards the opposing side. You can see there's a lot more care when it comes to potential ambushes and such. But that was a good move. As well, Earthshaker himself isn't particularly scary. Earthshaker plus a few heroes backing him up is definitely gonna be a pain. Roche is gonna get taken by the side of Team Ocean without any contingencies, because it's simply that quick of a Roche with an Urza plus a few heroes to make it go quicker and easier. Quick teleporting out of there, decides to let his tower fall. Anti-Mage pushing out the bot lane himself. He's got that Yasha, he almost got that Manta Star coming in already.
Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under
AM
attack.
with a Manta Star to deal with the Queen of Pain slow, to dodge fissures. You can dodge fissure with Manta Star if you time the iframes right. Ryle, I'm not sure if some of you are familiar with the player, is a player who does that a lot. And well, everyone gets away on that side of the map. The Lich, who just wanted to ward in peace, was fly with his ultimate. Got caught out, just got killed off by the Queen of Pain. You still has her Sonic Wave though, so for the Queen of Pain, it's just wasting a little bit of mana that she would otherwise use to farm.
Thank you.
Team Ocean, they want to apply more pressure to this map. The Urza's power curve may be a pretty strong one, but it doesn't last forever. So while they have this E, guys, maybe siege tier 2 tower, try to open up the map as much as they possibly can, but in the mid lane we get to see Tidehunter hit 2-man Ravage or Shaker. Gets denied casting anything that Tidehunter running for his life, but he's gonna be just fine as Dragon Knight has no mana left to do anything. Okay, now Queen of Pain comes in. Never mind, that's just fine common. Dragon Knight uses the wand to get a stun as well. On the bot lane, Lich died again. 2 Urza, so that's just Fuzzy tearing him to shreds pretty much. And all of these loose kills getting taken by Ocean are really securing the lead here. Are really keeping them on schedule when it comes to pushing towers, when it comes to getting their carries online in any regard. Nobody's playing the Meepo game. We're just gonna wait for Anti-Mage to reconnect. I'm gonna check up, are there any items I've missed? Queen of Pain, she has a 10-second BKB at the ready. That's gonna be interesting. I mean, Orchid, already a very solid item here. Earthshaker has his blink there, so he can go for huge echoes whenever he wants to. And even the Rubik has a force staff.
Alms for the dead. Trickster's rune of
Back
illusion.
to the slow kind of stally game we go for a while.
Is under attack.
As Team Ocean, they've done a lot of damage to the towers so far, but they still really want either the bot or the mid tier 2 at least before they can consider pushing high ground after hitting that Queen of Pain ultimate. Queen of Pain with that Orchid also has the ability to easily escape against an Embisphere who would otherwise just keep chasing you with remnants and use fist as the spear chain combo.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And both teams just trading the health of their towers while securing bounty rune. Ocean definitely more effective when it comes to pushing in, especially with the Dragon Knight who's just farming and killing the tower at the same time. Even hitting the catapult there. Even hitting Tidehunter there now. Tidehunter sneaks so hard that Dragon Knight actually hits. Dragon Knight gets healed up by the Oracle a little. Just fine. He has a ton of regen himself. Does a huge health pool. on the bot lane. 4 people rotating aggressively towards the anti-mage. However, Rubik does not get caught in the scan. I'm not even sure if he wants to teleport out of there, but things are that he does. Anti-mage. Been farming. He just makes his way over to the lane undetected. Continues to hit creeps there in the Radiant jungle. Wherever he finds gold, he just takes all of it. That's gonna be Urza, taken off the map by Anti-Mage with Skull Basher, who now turns that Skull Basher into a full-blown Abyssal Blade, and Team Riot looks like they have reached the point where they are the leading force in this game, where they are in charge, get to call the shots. Fuzzy one, stunlock the Anti-Mage, turned out to be the other way around. Team Mage, he's got Guardian in his mind as his next core item. That's interesting. For the Tide Hunter, he's saving up for a Vlad. I'm kind of sad he didn't go for the Anchor Slam build. Didn't try to get an attack modifier. Even just a Bleak Stone. That thing is so huge on its own. So with the Titan Sliver, that may still be planned in the future for him. It's a pretty good item for making that Anchor Sash hit harder. He has to get in and hit people with it in the team fights anyways for the 60% damage reduction. If you have that on Dragon Knight, the towers go down a lot slower, your teammates go down a lot slower.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Urza, he's actually just a mini anti-mage at this point. Got full basher and everything. Queen of Pain, meanwhile, saving up for the Lincoln Sphere, and well, that finisher there was why the Lincoln Sphere, I guess, but anti-mage just freaking slam dunks on her. This AM is online. Bot lane, Rubik got caught, pushing and hiding out there in the trees. Team Rise, they now don't want to really go force a team fight, force a high ground push. Things are quite alright as they are. Bird saving up for his Aghanim Scepter, and this is the timing we're still going for the Aghanim Scepter. Makes sense. Here you are going to benefit from that extra nuke range, and then afterwards go for something different. And then go for the carry Ember build if you feel so inclined. Most people also just like to go Shivas and stuff, which, I mean, Shivas on Ember Spirit is pretty good if it's about hitting a lot of people with the Shivas and if you have the damage, but people tend to build Shivas even if they're lacking damage as well, and it seems to be such a stable current meta. But the top bounty runes are both going to go to Team Ocean in exchange for that bottom tier 2 tower.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
AM, he's sitting under this tower, ignoring the tower shots while hitting it, just like an agility morphing would. The damage he does, and that small amount of and Mr. now gets caught. Wow, Urza went for a quick solo roach. Tidehunter throws out the Ravage, but Dragon Knight has BKB and it was the Lich ultimate. It's gonna bounce a couple times. Bounce between the Urza and the Dragon Knight, forcing Urza to eat the cheese. He's only just now got from the Roche Earthshaker. To be ready be there with more stuns. Tidehunter goes on down. Lich goes on down next. Not a hard target kill at all. This Dragon Knight, he's opting for the obvious assault. That item is too good not to go for. It gives your whole team extra armor too. It gives your towers, your buildings, your anything, including your engine, a lot of armor.
Are fortified.
Spirit got taken low off there by Queen of Pain, but Queen of Pain ultimate is gonna be off the mark. So with that, Team Ocean now on the run. Well, right, send their anti-mage to split put out the lanes, just be a nuisance. He is doing a pretty good job at.
Arms for the dead. Speedy rune of haste.
Team Rise grouping up, looking for a gank on the Queen of Pain. A hard target to lose down, but if they get her, and they will allow them to push aggressively, use that bottom creep wave, use the anti-mage on the mid lane to get as many objectives as quick of a time as possible. Walking up to the high ground and hitting the tower worked so well previously. The anti-mage has only gotten more fat since then, opting for the butterfly as a special core item. And I really like this choice. This decision making from Asian players, it's especially according to like theoretical factors, it's so on point. Going Skadi first in order to be able to kill, because you know that Earth gonna bash you regardless of whether you have a butterfly or not, and then going the butterfly for the armor and the attack speed. Really good assessment of the situation here from Blade. Ember Spirit is finally starting to go for right clicks as well. He realizes he needs to scale with a Slayer Fist in order to stay relevant in the game, keep the action going here. And we got a smoke coming out from the side of Ocean. They will catch the Rubik, however, end up losing both their Oracle and their Earth. Oh, an Echo Slam coming out. False Promise getting committed there. Tidehunter gets ran down by the Urza. That was specifically picked up to counter him. Meanwhile, Anti-Mage though is gonna chase down the Queen of Pain after sneaking away there. Dragon Knight and Urza now in a lot of trouble, and Anti-Mage is gonna take both of them in a 2v3 mate. The Dragon Knight is gonna go down in exchange for the Tidehunter there, and slowly but surely, Urza's gonna die the first time. They can most kill him off the second time too. There's the root from the dragon. Oh, that actually hurt. Lich just gonna go down. They definitely didn't have the means to kill off Urza time. What would have otherwise been the final fight of the game, and the GG is now actually just putting us back to a very close situation gold network wise, very close situation game staying wise, and the runes are gonna be split 50-50 once more. No team really giving the other any economic space, any bit of a lead they could potentially snowball. Although this anti-mage is already a really hard hero to deal with, the only one to really counter him is the Urza. And that butterfly is definitely gonna help with that, because look at his armor now. That is 29 points of freaking armor just from his agility. Fury Swipes. Got shit on that. Urza opting for the Aghanim Scepter though. I mean, being able to press that rage while you're stunned up and just get rid of stun alone is so powerful. It's like Lincoln's on steroids, but the sheer fact that the cooldown gets that freaking short, and okay, he went for the enraged duration too, so this game's gonna be absolutely ridiculous.
Invisibility.
1/3 of the time, this bear is immortal. He could also go for cooldown reduction to make this with Octarine Core half of the time. And I know Octarine Core on Ursa sounds really crazy, but I've seen it done before. And it works quite well because overpowered cooldown being reduced on an Ursa with Gold Bashes being the meta item. Pretty good. Maybe when the group stage is almost over and the teams know they're gonna be upper or lower bracket or whatever and can't really change their position, they will try some new stuff out, some of those interesting borderline tier 2 builds or upset builds that then get revealed on the big ESL stages when they are experimenting with them still, you know? When the builds aren't that good that you never play them again until they're at the ESL stage. Because a lot of experimenting isn't done behind closed doors and scrims. It's done in tournaments where teams already know their placement. And for me personally, it's always a thing I really love to cast. But looks like so far we just got a lot more of that dogfighting where teams try to surround one another, where teams try to roam in circles around one another. Havoc Hammer getting picked up by Ursa. He much rather wants that status resistance. For the anti-mage, he's got himself a ninja gear. 20 agility, 30 movement speed, such a huge item. This will allow him to drop the boot 2 at some point or another if he feels so inclined. Because right now he's as hard of a carry as it gets. You can also replace the Battle Fury, but that's solid damn Ursa. He knows he has to get away from that anti-mage. Out for blood. And a magic lamp for the Tide Hunter. If he wants an extra perch, it isn't gonna stay with the Titan Sliver there. It's now have to have his halberd. It's starting to hit hard, even with his right clicks, even with his smash. And can take the 200 damage as well. Soon at this rate. Smashes. X and Y in the face, just hitting off that Oracle. Big. Saving up for his Link Dagger. There are so many items still being bought to allow people to initiate, counter-initiate, while this anti-mage is already complete god, while this Dragon Knight is already getting pretty godlike as well. He just needs to get himself that Demon Edge, get himself that MKB to really maximize his damage output. Farming with the Dragon form, pushing out lanes will allow him to get there quite quickly. Whereas Team Rise scout out there for response, now smoke on that enemy, in this case the Earth. Not really the hero they want to catch at the end. 6 seconds of near mortality. Down goes the Oracle. Much better kill to go for, and Ember Spirit dodges the Queen of Pain ultimate that was thrown just exclusively for Hilda pretty much. Dragon Knight still dishing out huge damage, killed off the Lich. Earthshaker trying to man-fight the animated. Anyone trying to man-fight the animated just gets killed off with the Battle Fury Cleave. Everyone buying back from the side from this side of Ocean as they realize if they continue losing it's just gonna lose them the entire game. Tide Hunter gets out, Anti-Mage looking to get in, and he will find the Earthshaker. He will kill off the Earthshaker. That's dieback for Earthshaker. Oracle will be the next one to die back. Buyback status for those of you who haven't seen, who bought back as Anti-Mage now tears apart the Dragon Knight, who still has his buyback. He has to use it immediately. Urza gonna go down, and that's Rampage for Blade on his Anti-Mage. He's just tearing them all apart, going insanely hard, and Team Rise, they take a well-deserved victory here, it seems. It's not quite GG, but if you have a Rampage on a hero, it's general consensus that the game is just over. Anti-Mage, if he eats a Moonshard, he can attack even faster, and it's already almost at the cap. Desolator on the Ember Spirit. Well, as a Tidehunter with huge attack damage, you can almost take the talent. So, yeah, GG. Especially the fact that Rise go for Megas here from them, because if there was gonna be a base defense when the Urza was left, they would have a Ravage. They would just have to beat the Radiant one last time in their own base with a Ravage, which actually isn't all that hard. So with that, it's gonna be a very impressive series here, as this best of 2 is gonna end